You're listening to Houston Real Estate Radio. I'm Shannon Register, and this week we've got a special treat for you because we are live recording the show this week from our Forward Results Band Jam event. It's forwardresultsbandjam.com if you want to learn more about that. And we are talking to some of the mayoral candidates for Houston. Some of these folks that are running for the Houston mayor, we are talking to them, getting some great information for you to help you make a more informed decision. So this segment, I've got Marty McVey joining me. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thanks. Glad to be here with you.
You know, we're out at this event, and it's hot, but it's a lot of fun, and we have some great bands playing, and it's just a really great networking event for business owners, entrepreneurs, you know, really the executives who can just come out and unwind and have fun. So we really enjoy doing this out on the third Thursday of each month. It's a lot of fun.
Great. Hope to be back with you.
We appreciate you coming. You know, I want to talk to you a little bit. Yeah, I have questions for you because there's certain things I want to know about. But before I do, I want to give you a minute just to tell us who you are, what does this mean to you, why you decided to run for mayor?
Great. Well, again, I appreciate having the venue here today. This is a lot of fun. I love to do fun events. But, I'm Marty McVey, as you said, and I grew up in a small town in western North Carolina. My son of a former police officer who later became a judge and an entrepreneur. My mother was an entrepreneur. Had a great experience and privilege to go to college. And when I looked around where I'm going to go, I looked at Houston for opportunity. So,
great place.
I started an investment firm here in the late 90s, and we focused primarily on real estate, healthcare, and energy. And also turning around companies that are in
You're
trouble.
a real estate broker, too, right?
I am also a real estate broker. Wear many hats.
Yep.
And in 2011, I was honored to be appointed by President Barack Obama as one of the 7 directors of the United States Agency for International Development. And in that capacity, we oversaw $22 billion of taxpayer money. Mm-hmm. And the purpose of that was to promote the foreign policy objectives of the United States. So I served for over 4.5 years. And in June of this year, I resigned from my commission to the president to run full-time for mayor.
Well, it's been an exciting campaign. I know that.
Sure
and
has.
you've got a ways to go. You've got to keep that momentum going because you guys have a long race to get through and a lot of things to figure out because this is a big city and we've got a lot of challenges ahead.
We do, and it's very difficult on the campaign trail. In the last 2 days, we had 6 forums or debates.
I know you're busy. I know you guys are just out there running around and shaking hands and kissing babies.
We are, and we're all friends. We've known each other for years, but then that makes it good because we are all running against each other, but none of us hate each other. So
well, and the thing is that the city is going to win. Whichever one of you is elected, the city is going to win, and the city is going to move forward because we have to. We are growing so fast. There are so many changes that have got to take place. So I want to start with transportation and find out how you will address the transportation issues because with so many people moving here, I'm in the housing industry as a real estate broker, and so with so many people moving here, what are we going to do to make people to allow people to be able to get from home to work in less than 2 hours?
Right. Well, this is really a mobility issue. It's not just transportation is not just buses. It's not just concrete. It's not bikes and motorcycles.
It's all of it.
It's all of it together. So what the city does not have is a plan, and there's many plans that the city doesn't have. But since you just brought up transportation and mobility, there is no plan. And the reality is that according to TxDOT, traffic is increasing in Houston by 6% annually.
That's a lot.
There is no end in sight to that because we have a migration of people coming to this town for the same opportunity that I came
That's
for.
Right.
And I want to make sure that the next generation has those same opportunities that I had. But we live in that environment, and growth is a double-edged sword. Mm-hmm. We must manage the growth, and traffic is part of that. We want people to live inside the city limits. We want them to bring new business inside the city limits. And if there's any impediments such as traffic that cause companies and people to go to the suburbs or to other parts of our 10-county economy or regional economy, then we want to look for ways to solve that. And I think that there's a lot of management things that we can do to alleviate traffic congestion.
Okay, so more systems in place, a little more management, not not so much bureaucracy, maybe.
Well, absolutely, but a
little
lot
transparency.
a lot of transparency and a lot more management, quite frankly, because there's things that we can do easily, like go back to timing the traffic lights, like requiring the Port of Houston to stay open later because they put trucks out on before in rush hour traffic because the port closes at 7 p.m. So there's things that we can do to alleviate the congestion and move things along. And of course, everybody wants to talk about their streets and the conditions, and they're bad. But that's also a management issue to solve.
We talked about all the people that are moving here. What will you do to allow more growth of large companies to try to get them to headquarters here and move all of those ancillary businesses that support them to this area? Sure. What kind of plans do you have for more growth?
Well, I'm the only candidate in this race that has the experience for that, and with one of my functions as director of USAID is to do that, is development. That's what I do in my private life. That's what I've made my career out of, is to bring companies together, create new jobs, create wealth, create opportunities. So what I have planned to do, and this is one of the cornerstones of my campaign, is to create a real economic development office in the city of Houston that reports directly to the mayor. The current economic development office that exists really only focuses on 380 grants, which are, as you know, in the business, it's for developers. It's repairing sidewalks and doing some streets and things like that. That does not create new opportunity, new jobs, and new revenue. We're currently losing out to cities like San Antonio, Dallas, because San Antonio has 11 full-time employees in their economic development office working directly on this. Dallas has 17. We're also losing to
How many does Houston have?
3.
Aww.
And they're working on things that don't bring businesses here. So this is one of the pillars of my campaign, is that I will have that in place within the first 100 days, and we're probably
so you're not against 380 agreements, but you want to do more tax abatement.
Right. I am not against 380 agreement, but anyone that says that 380 agreements and the current system that's being used as economic development means they do not understand what economic development is, and that's the reality. So yes, we need to do that, but that doesn't bring any new businesses here. I'm the only one that has any international development experience, any international business development experience. Mm-hmm. So I have the relationships domestically and around the world to be able to bring new jobs here, new businesses here, and that will be at the forefront of my campaign and my service as mayor.
So we've talked a little bit about what sets you apart. Let's talk about the financial component to being a mayor, because there's a lot of finances to oversee. As you know, we've got a budget problem.
That's right.
So what will you do to address that?
Well, really, and I appreciate that question, because really what we have is a budget crisis.
Yeah.
It's more than just a budget problem. It's a crisis. And, it is complex. It's multi-layered. In part of my professional career, I've helped companies to turn around, and not all companies can turn around. Mm-hmm. But what I see here with the city of Houston and the finances, we're in a turnaround situation. We have to get our financial house in order. Yeah. If we do not, we risk the opportunity that we can use to bring new companies here and more revenue and people here. So it must be dealt with quickly. The pensions obviously are the most. That's the biggest thing. So how do you deal with that? You've got to package that debt. It is debt for debt, but you must package it so there is an end to the liabilities as they continue to increase every day. Mm-hmm. We've got to end that, and then negotiate with the pensioners going forward. I believe that a deal's a deal in Texas, so I do not want to undo what has been done to the pensioners before, the deal that was made, but I want a new deal in place that is sustainable for the city of Houston, mm-hmm. that is sustainable, and the employees can rely on that in the future. And right now, when I talk to police officers and firefighters, they're unsure that their pension's going to be there. So the political decisions to get us into this mess are not the decisions and the people that are going to get us out of it. So we need to make some really tough decisions.
Well, we appreciate you coming tonight to Band Jam and talking to us. Marty McVey, we had on Chris Bell earlier, and we're going to have Adrian Garcia next. So we appreciate you guys coming in. We're going to go to a word from our sponsor, and then we'll be right back with our mayoral candidates for Houston. It's going to be a big campaign, a lot of fun. Good luck.
I'm glad to be out here with you, and I'm going to have a few beers and listen to some good music. So looking forward to it.
All right.
REA Media has an exciting new product available to companies and organizations who are teaching classes and want to offer those classes online. Introducing Easy Distance Learning. Easy Distance Learning is a video-based distance learning system that allows companies and organizations to leverage their existing classroom content into a broader reach and increased revenues. Did you know that the rate of growth of distance learning is 10 times that of classroom education? And 66% of chief academic officers think distance learning is critical to their long-term strategy. Right now, 33% of higher education students are taking at least one online class. Companies and organizations not offering a distance alternative to in-class instruction risk being left behind. Video-based distance learning has three basic components: classroom capture, post-production, and content distribution. Easy Distance Learning is a comprehensive and modular system that covers all three components that can help your organization with what you are missing in offering a quality and convenient online learning experience. You choose the parts you need help with. Easy Distance Learning offers another revenue stream, a broader reach of your existing content, and a professional presentation with a great learner experience. Contact us today for a free estimate and see how Easy Distance Learning can take your company or organization to the next level.